Hey everybody, and welcome to Anime Fanatics, where we will look at all the animes coming up within the next season. Currently, we are in the summer of 2015. What we have in TV so far, Ryan, would you like to take off the first few?
Well, basically all we're going to be doing is reading off the short synopsis, and then hopefully each of us giving our opinion and whether or not we're going to actually watch it. First up, Akagami no Shirayuki-hime.
By Studio Bones.
By Bones. The story of the original manga revolves around Shirayuki, a beautiful girl working as a medicine woman who has red hair, which is very rare in her country. When she is proposed and chased after by the prince of her country, she runs away, only to meet Zen, the prince of a neighboring country. Finding respect for the young man, she decides to serve at his side as his court doctor.
Labeled as drama, fantasy, historical, romance, and shoujo. Judging by the picture and what's actually been saying here, I don't know.
I'm usually pretty fond of a good shoujo, but this one just seems a little cut and dry.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably give it 2 episodes just to see.
Yeah, just to give it the once over, probably give it the 4-episode treatment and see if it manages to do something with its story.
Okie dokie.
But I don't know. That's up in the air.
Aoharu x Kikanjuu by Brainsbase. The manga follows a high school student, Hotaru Tachibana, a girl disguised as oh god. Through strange circumstances, she finds herself drawn into the world of survival games by host Masamune Matsuoka. The two form a team with Arrow manga artist Toru Yukimura and aim to be the best in Japan. I don't know what this thing tried to tell me. I don't really know what it tried to tell me.
A girl dressed up as a guy is playing
Survival games.
Survival games.
Yeah.
And they want to be the best in Japan. That's it.
Yeah.
A bit more interested than 3 episodes.
I don't know. I mean, they've done this with Stella Gakuen. I believe it was the Stella Women's Academy. It was another show that had a group of people playing survival games. I thought that handled it well. At least the story was interesting. So, here we go. Chaos Dragon, Sekiryuu Sen'eki. The story takes place in the sparkling era year 3015, where the great nations Donatia, and Koron divide the world in a cold war as they fight for supremacy. In the middle of this standoff is island country Nil Kamui, which has lost its independence.
That doesn't tell me enough.
That doesn't tell me why this show is named Chaos Dragon.
That was the best non-synopsis ever.
Yeah. Like, I want to know why it's called Chaos Dragon, so I'll give it the once over.
I mean, it's a fantasy series, so
yeah,
I mean,
but like,
we can give it a...
It's called Chaos Dragon, and that synopsis told me nothing. I need a few answers.
Charlotte by PA Works. This story centers around the special abilities that occur among a small percentage of boys and girls in puberty. Yu Otosaka uses powers without others knowing, and lives a fairly normal average school life. Before him suddenly appears a girl, now Tamori. Due to his meeting with her, the fate of special power users will be exposed.
I honestly think that this particular genre has been done to death at this point.
Yeah, they need to give it a little break so that we can.
They need to do something new with it, because it's always kid in high school has superpowers, knows a bunch of other people that have superpowers. The most refreshing take I've seen on this particular concept was the show from last season, I think it was.
Is that the one with the witches? And
No, not that one. The guy who
my everyday life has become a battle.
Yeah, everybody wakes up and everybody has powers
except for him.
But the main character has like the shittiest power of everybody. That was actually a decent show because it still had interesting stuff in it, but still. Classroom Crisis, a romantic comedy set in a near-futuristic world about the troubles and tribulations? Really? Not trials and tribulations?
Yeah.
Of high schoolers on salary. With aims to one day reach out into the stars, humanity has colonized all the planets of the solar system. The story of young high school hopefuls is set in 4th Tokyo in a Japanese Martian prefecture. Iris Shirasaki is a third-year student / aspiring test pilot. Mizuki Sara is her peer mechanic, and Mizuki's... Ooh, that got weird. And Mizuki's brother Kaito is their homeroom teacher and the young director of the program developing their talents.
So they've colonized every world, including Uranus.
Yes.
Very well done, Cody. I might give that an episode or two.
Sure. I'm all about.
But I have to give it. I give everything the 4-episode treatment if I can.
As do I. Oh boy. Here we go with this one. Dragon Ball Chou. Oh, by Toei Animation.
You don't say.
The first new Dragon Ball TV series story since Dragon Ball GT.
Yep.
We're ignoring GT.
The story is set a few years after the defeat of Majin Buu, which Earth has become peaceful once again. You know what? It's never peaceful, ever, as long as Goku is alive. It's one thing I'll say is, like, as long as Goku is alive, no, nothing's okay. That's why GT is fucking, like, gone, bye. Even the dragon says, Goku, we're going to the sky. Why? Because, like, the other reason why everything's wrong. He just throws his ass up in the sky and becomes a god.
Okay.
And then Super Saiyan God happens.
All right.
No, Cody, don't forget about Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Don't even give me shit. I would like to believe that everybody is going to be watching this new Dragon Ball just to see if Akira Toriyama still has, like, the ability to milk the cow just a little bit more so it's only, like, bones and skin.
Yeah. But they keep giving him money.
Of course they keep giving him money, but that's beside the point. I just want to see if Akira Toriyama can actually make something interesting using the Dragon Ball universe still.
Yeah.
Because the first movie didn't really do anything for me. I haven't seen the Return of Frieza yet, but I've heard kind of sort of good things.
It is almost entirely action.
Yeah, I was told that.
The action is done really well. My whole thing is that he's known for forgetting things about his own story.
Yeah.
So
he's getting senile. Put it that way.
No, Cody, he was getting senile while he was making the show. Don't even but it's one of those things where some things were inconsistent and then more things are just being thrown up in the air. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna watch it because it's Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z was pretty much a good chunk of my childhood. Before I got to see any other animes, it was pretty much Evangelion from Blockbuster, and then I went home and Dragon Ball Z was on Toonami. It's pretty much how it started.
Durarara times 210.
So that's times 20.
A second season of Durarara is in the works. The story takes place a half year after the first series at Tokyo's Ikebukuro neighborhood. The second part, 10, or Motion, will air in July 2015. I'm a huge fan of the creator of Durarara. I loved Bakano.
I think both these animes should be put to too many cooks.
Okay. Well, I look forward to the new season. I think the previous one did a great job of establishing things that we wanted to see happen. Anyone that watched that show wanted to see Isaiah get his comeuppance, and they got that. So hopefully we get to see more of that.
Fate Kaleid Linear Prisma Illya 2Y Herz.
Oh, good lord.
I love this show. Right?
Of course
you do.
By Silverlink. Surprise! And to be honest, Silverlink actually has been doing quite a good job of animating it. But it's one of those things. It's one of those little animes. Like, you know what? Because the original idea for Illya wasn't for fucking Fate Stay Night. It was for something else completely fucking else, and this is what it was.
Yeah.
They just used her for something else. So that's that. It's not much to say about this. Go see the first one. If you like a good comedy that like pokes fun at the shoujo idea,
yeah,
it's actually really good.
Okay, I was actually really waiting to read this one out. Gakkou Gurashi. The story revolves around 4 girls who decide to stay over at school. The energetic Yuki Takeya, the shovel-loving Rumi, the center of the group Ruri, who brings everyone together, and Megu, the spacey school advisor. However, through mysterious circumstances, the girls find themselves the final survivors in a zombie attack and continue to live at the school. It's just that final sentence alone gives me the giggles.
I have to check that out now.
I want to watch at least the first episode I can watch it and just be baffled.
There was a complete fucking swerve to that.
It looks nothing. Look at the art in that picture. It does not depict
There's only like
a zombie attack.
There's only like a hole in the ceiling. It's like anything could have done that. No, straight up, it's a zombie attack.
Everybody's gonna be happy still.
Gangsta by Manglo. In the city of Ergostellum, a shady vial filled with made men and petty thieves, whores on the make and cops on the take. There are some deeds too dirty for even its jaded inhabitants to touch. enter the handymen, Nick and Warwick, who take care of the jobs no one else will handle until the day when a cop they know on the force requests their help in taking down a new gang muscling in on the territory of a top mafia family. It seems like business and mayhem as usual, but the handymen are about to find out this job is a lot more than they bargained for.
I always look forward to anime series that are like set in a American kind of setting, because you get one of two things.
Well, I mean, like
either
on the
Japan's
picture,
interpretation of what America is like,
see,
or just someone who is incredibly accurate about what America is like from their Japanese perspective, using things like Riding Bean and Gunsmith Cats for examples of what someone who legitimately knows about America creates a show to be like, and then name any random silly series that has American characters in it.
Seems pretty good. Or the ideas seem
it
good
looks
anyway.
it looks like it could be entertaining.
Although the studio name Man Globe is always just sounds funny when I say it. Man Globe.
Yep.
Man
Globe. Gatchaman Crowds Insight by Tatsunoko Productions. This is a continuation of the Gatchaman Crowd series. We want to know about ourselves, about the fact there is no society in our country, about society and people living in different worlds. Feeling and reason. What is crucial is thinking, not worrying. Modern people are too fast. We breathe shallow and quick. We are terrible at being slow and deep.
What?
That is our synopsis.
What?
It's Gatchaman Crowds.
I've never seen Gatchaman before.
Okay, well, it's for fans of Gatchaman. Gatchaman's always going to be one of the big animes. Gatchaman was never really my cup of tea, so I'll probably give it a shot, if only because that synopsis is so vague. I kind of have to.
Yeah.
Although it was kind of try hard deep.
Gate. Jieitai Kanochi nite Kaku Tatakaeri. Man.
Jieitai.
By A1 Pictures. The military fantasy series begins when a gate appears in Tokyo's Ginza district sometime in the 21st century. From the gate pours out monsters, knights from the Middle-Aged Europe, and other fantasy-like beings. As they kill many of the citizens of Tokyo, man, that took a left turn. This evidence knows the Ginza incident. That's...
Yeah.
No, there's still more to it. The government sends a small group of soldiers from the Japanese Self-Defense Force, a replacement for the Japan's military, to the alternate world beyond the gate, and led by otaku soldier Yoji, they find the villages in the world are being attacked by a dragon. An elf girl who is a survivor from the dragon's rampage joins the group of their travels across the dangerous new world. It took a left turn, a right turn, and a left turn again to get back on track. Because, man, all right?
So, based on our picture, it is a military series with our main character being a soldier, and then fantasy elements thrown into that. So if I don't see dragons being shot out of the sky by high-powered machine guns, I quit. I can't even take this anime seriously.
I give that a shot.
No, I'll give it a shot, but only because I want to see if they actually go that far. All right. God Eater.
He's got his AK-47. They mention dragons when they go through.
I don't know. God Eater by UFO Table. In the early 2050s, unknown life forms called oracle cells begin their uncontrolled consumption of all life on Earth. Their ravenous appetite and remarkable adaptability earn them first dread, then awe, and finally the name Aragami. In the face of an enemy completely immune to conventional weapons, urban civilization collapses, and each day humanity is driven further and further toward extinction. One single ray of hope remains for humanity. Cody just jumped somewhere.
Sorry.
There we go. Following the development of God Arcs, living weapons which incorporate oracle cells, their wielders are organized into an elite force. In a world ravaged by mad gods, these God Eaters fight in a desperate war. This is actually a PlayStation Vita game, one of the most popular PlayStation Vita games that was released in Japan.
Yep.
And they refused to bring over here because Sony of America are retards.
Don't say that.
They are! They've been suffering with Vita sales since the Vita's inception, And one of the most popular games that's ever come out in Japan for the Vita is the one that they don't bring over here.
But it's not appealing to Americans.
It's a Monster Hunter style game.
You know, I was being facetious.
They're actually trying to turn the Vita into the Monster Hunter style game, like holder, where it's like
Tokaiden and
it's like the 3DS has a Monster style Hunter game. The Vita has all the rest of them.
And I'm not too sure about it. It by a look, it might not be my cup of tea, but I'll watch anything. I'll watch anything once.
I hope it has some of the ultra.
I'll give it a shot because it's UFO Table.
They make good stuff.
And well, no, it's not that they necessarily make good stuff. It's just that they have such a huge budget at the moment, thanks to all the money they're making.
Yes,
yes,
it does.
They can probably spend it.
Himouto, Umaru-chan, Dogakobo. By the studio Dogakobo. An anime adaptation of Himouto Umaru-chan manga. The sibling gag comedy manga centers around Umaru, Tahei's little sister, who boasts beautiful looks, as well as prowess in both school sports. However, Himouto, beautiful little sister, has a certain. Oh God. Okay. No. Just by what you said there, you have. Because I know what that secret is.
Tell us the secret, Cody.
Cody, have you read this manga?
No, I don't.
Cody, have you read this manga?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay.
No, she's like, whenever they say the little sister has a secret, it's like, no, sorry. Because it's always the same secret every time.
What's the secret?
She's a penis. It's always that same secret every time.
My little sister is a little brother, but I don't think they would go to the. Oh no!
It is a gag manga.
That is in parentheses too. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
Himouto.
I think that
Himouto.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
I think that
you
might be
win this
reaching,
one.
but still, I'll give it to you.
You know what?
2 points.
I think you win that one.
All right. Jitsu wa Watashi wa. TMS by TMS Entertainment. The romantic comedy centers around Asahi Kurumine, who has a crush on a cute girl named Yoko Shiragami. Shiragami just happens to be a vampire. Asahi can't keep a secret, but he is determined to keep Shiragami's secret anyways. This is done enough.
Yeah.
It looks like a harem anime.
It looks vaguely like a harem anime.
It sounds like a harem anime.
I doubt that's actually the case because harem is one of the is not one of the genres listed on it. It is listed as romance, so it wouldn't surprise me if it is a romance between the two characters. It doesn't change the fact though that vampire secret love has been done. It's almost been done to death at this point. Mm-hmm. And then Undeath revived as a vampire and then killed again. I'm not sure I'm excited for
I had my 2 seasons of Rosario Vampire and
Yeah.
I was happy.
Yeah.
That boy became a god afterwards. Joukamachi no Dandelion by Production IMS. In the manga story, the everyday lives of 9 superpowered siblings of the royal family are monitored by more than 200 surveillance cameras and broadcast nationwide. The people of the nation who are watching the broadcast will have the ability to elect the next monarch. The story focuses on Akane, the third oldest sister who can manipulate gravity. She is shy and desperately goes and not want to be caught on camera. That sounds like Man on the Moon.
It sounds like Truman Show.
Truman Show, sorry, Truman Show. Not Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
Truman Show.
Man on the Moon was the movie about Andy Kaufman.
Right. Okay, yeah.
You know what?
My bad.
You know what? With that comparison, I might actually give that the once-over.
You had me at manipulate gravity.
Gravity squeeze.
That's an interesting set of powers. So I'll certainly at least give it the 4 episode.
Kangoku Gakuen Prison School by
I
Staff.
have been waiting for this show.
I
for the
felt like
longest
this would
time.
be something you'd be interested in.
A year
I
comes.
Can't begin to tell you.
A year comes to revision.
No.
Yeah, too far down.
More stuff.
I'll try that again. Kangoku Gakuen Prison School by JC Staff. Hachimitsu Private Academy was revered and an elite all-girls boarding school in the outskirts of Tokyo once upon a time. But with the new school year comes a revision to school policy. Boys are admitted into the student body for the first time ever. But on the first day of Hachimitsu Kiyoshi Fujino discovers that he has one of only 5 boys enrolled in the school. The number is overwhelmed by the thousands of girls in the student body. Is it heaven or hell at which these 5 unfortunates?
I am a huge fan of the manga. As long as it keeps like the same sense of humor and manages to be well animated, which it's JC staff, so I have some confidence.
It depends on their time slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the time slot. Because JC staff does do good work, but depending on what time they're allotted,
If you look
they
really
won't care.
close at the picture, you can see the guy with the really small face.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Seems pretty cool, but like, is total what do we call? Is total clam fest?
You've confused me.
Not enough sausages, too many clams.
I don't get it.
No,
You lost me.
I'm not following you.
Kusen Madoshi Kohosei no Kyokan
That's a mouthful.
by Dio Media.
Deal.
Korewa, deal.
The world.
The story is set in a world where humanity, driven off the land by the threat of magical armored insects, now live in aerial floating cities. Thus, wizards, aerial combat mages who fight the insects with magical powers, came into being. Kanada Age, or written as Eiji, is a young man who lives on the floating wizard academy city of Mitsutogan. He was once celebrated as the Black Master Swordsman, the elite ace of the S-128 special team. However, he is now despised as the traitor of the special team. One day, he is assigned as the instructor of E601, a team that has suffered 10 consecutive defeats. E601 has 3 girls, Misoto Witeo, Lekti Eisenach, and Riko Flamo, with 1 or 2 peculiar quirks.
Sounds like Strike Witches.
Yeah, it sounds like a combination of Strike Witches and a romance series. I'm not really sure how to feel about that.
It has action, fantasy, magic, and school as the tags.
Yeah, well, it also sounds like they mixed Strike Witches with Blue Gender. I'm not sure I'm okay with that.
Blue gender's the bad gender.
You might have a point there, Cody. Oh, good. Cody gets to read this one.
Makura no Danshi by Feel.
All the feels.
The anime promises a new and novel sleeping side-by-side experience entirely in the first-person perspective to heal tired hearts. It revolved around 12 Makura no Danshi.
Pillow boys.
Pillow Boys. It's full of distinctly individual personalities, each catering to viewers who like a certain type. The boys all live in the same town underneath a starry sky. Each of the Makura no Danshi will star his own weekly episode and is Sleep Beside You and Whisper.
I'm just glad I didn't have to read it.
There are no tags for this.
How
And
can there be any tags
Now,
for something so innovative?
now, mind you, the fact is that,
Okay.
to be honest, I'm actually like I'm actually okay with the idea of it, but like, I'm not a woman, so I don't know, and I don't know who exactly this caters to.
I'm actually more entertained that for all the jokes about, male
boy.
anime fans
Yeah.
being like, this is my Dakimakura. I'm going to take it with me to go to dinner.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's
for all the jokes that exist about that, the first one of these shows to come into existence is for Fujoshi, and that alone entertains me.
Yeah.
The fact that women were the ones to drive this one through.
I know.
Wow.
This sits on their head, not ours.
Yeah, well, I'll take my Gareth Dakimakura and go home now.
Oh. You're not wrong. That's the...
Million Doll
When
by
you put it
Asahi
that way,
Production. The original manga revolves around Tsuko, an idol-loving hikikomori who has one ability: to make any idol popular through the power of blogging. But I don't think that's really a power. She puts her sights on the Fukuoka idol Itorio and tries to make her sell more, but she is impeded by the charismatic idol Ryusan and the underground idol Mariko. I'm not really sure what to make of this show. I don't think it's something I would really watch, but at the same time, I'm curious just to see what the hell the show is trying to do.
How are they going to depict the blogging to make people more popular?
Yeah,
That's the part I'm curious about.
And more importantly, how is it being impeded by the other two idols?
She's too popular.
Yeah, I
thus
guess that-
reducing my
I guess
popularity.
that's the way that could be
That's about
done.
it.
I mean,
That's the only way I see it right now.
Oh, good, I get to read this one.
yep.
Monster Musume no Eerie Nichijou by Lerche. Monsters, they're real and they want to date us. Oh. 3 years ago, the world learned that harpies, centaurs, catgirls, and all manners of fabulous creatures are not merely fiction. They are flesh and blood. not to mention Scale, Feather, Horn, and Fang. Thanks to the Cultural Exchange Between Species Act, these once mythical creatures have assimilated into society. At least they're trying. When a hapless human teenager named Kurusu Kimihito is introduced as a volunteer of the government, giant quotation marks there, into the government.
You want to stay here? Boom! You can stay here.
Into the government exchange program. The world is turned upside down. A snake-like lamia named Mia comes to live with them, and it's Kurusu's job to take care of her and make sure she integrates into his everyday life. Unfortunately for Kurusu, Mia is undeniably sexy, and the law against interspecies breeding is very strict. Even worse, when a ravishing centaur girl, flirtatious harpy move in, what's a full-blooded teenage human with raging hormones to do? I have been waiting so long. Because I saw this like unfold before my eyes when a guy in a corner of Japan somewhere drew like
4-panel comics
and said "Life with Lamia," and people were like,
and that was either applause or masturbation. I'm not entirely
The answer to that right is yes.
and the pictures went viral. I was like, okay, I'll draw some more. Mermaid, centaur, cowgirl. It's like, well, here's some money for a manga. I'm sorry, what? What, and what? All the form, huh?
I will agree that I am also very much so anticipating that anime. Rhaenyra is best girl. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Sue is second best girl.
I see her in the background. Yes. It's good. The first season's gonna go that far.
Yes.
The waifu wars. The
waifu wars have begun.
The waifu wars are real. I am a victim. War never changes. All right, here we go. Non Biyori Repeat. It's the second season of Non Biyori.
I fucking love that anime.
If you haven't seen Non Biyori and you're in the mood to just like turn on an anime and fall asleep, go and get yourself Non Biyori. It's relaxing. Nyan Pasu, and we move on.
Oh, this is a long one. Overlord by Madhouse Studios.
God, I was waiting for this one too.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
the story takes place in the year 2138, when virtual reality gaming is booming. Yggdrasil, a popular online game, quietly shut down one day. However, the protagonist, Momoga, decides not to log out. Momoga is then transformed into the image of a skeleton as the most powerful wizard. The world continues to change, with non-player characters beginning to feel emotion. Having no parents, friends, or place in society, the ordinary young man, Momoga, then strives to take over the new world the game has become. This was the anime where it's like a evil overlord, seeing as by the NPCs, tries to be a good guy, but he ends up fucking it up in the end.
Not exactly. He's definitely determined to take over the world that he's in now. Mm-hmm. It's just so funny that the main character of this anime is a goddamn skeleton necromancer who's gonna be just like raising legions of undead to attack villages of citizens.
So no, doesn't he send them to help farm, and then
he does a lot of things throughout the course of the novels. So I mean,
but that's gotta be my favorite.
He tries to change his image. He tries a lot of different things. It's gonna be fun at the very least.
For one example that I remember for it was that he raised a bunch of undead to help with the farming for the villagers, but then heroes came down to attack the skeletons, and it destroyed the farms, and he was blamed for it.
All I'm willing to say is that because it's Madhouse, I'm a little nervous. Madhouse has a habit of running out of a budget after their first 3 episodes of a series. Ranpo Kitan, Game of Laplace, by Lerche. An anime inspired by late author Edogawa Ranpo's works. It is a horror anime. I know that much.
I have no idea who this is.
I don't get me wrong. I've never read the source material either. But I know it's horror.
Okay.
And if there's one thing that's true about myself, if it's a horror series, I'm willing to give it a shot. So I'm willing to see where we go from there.
Roku no Yuusha by Passion. When the Majin awoke from the depths of darkness, the deity of the fate chose 6 heroes and bequeathed them the power to save the world. Adiorno, a boy who proclaims himself the strongest of Earth, was selected amongst the Roku no Yuusha, heroes of the 6 flowers. When he goes to the rendezvous point, but 7 have gathered there, the hero suspects someone among the 7 is the enemy. The initial suspicion falls on Adoretto.
Yeah.
Adoretto, show me Adoretto.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
heroes infighting because they suspect one of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be neat. I mean, I don't know that studio very well, Passion.
The picture, though, that kid has a really long leg.
That's perspective, Cody.
Sure.
Oh God, I know Drake's gonna enjoy this one.
All right, let's see.
Shimueta to iu gaien ga sonzai shikai taiketsu nasekai. Wow, it's a mouthful. JC staff. The novel's story is set for 16 years after the law for public order and morals and healthy child raising banned coarse language in the country. Tanakichi, Okuma enrolls in the country's leading elite public moral school and is soon invited to the
Anti-societal organization.
SOX by its founder Ayame Kajo. As a member blackmailed into joining by Ayame Taniguchi, ends up taking part in obscene acts of terrorism against the talented student council. Against the talented student council President Anna, for whom Taniguchi has a crush. The picture on this one is a naked woman with a flag behind her,
she's
with panties on her head.
Because she is the anti-societal and anti-morals committee. This has to be done for the good of society.
I'll watch it. That's it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. Why not?
I'm vaguely reminded of Dimey Dollar.
Ryan, even if it's bad, David's gonna watch it twice.
Yep, probably. The Idolmaster Cinderella Girls second season by A1 Pictures.
I'm
The
out.
second season of the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls.
I'm
I
out.
want you to know that, Cody, while I'm glad for you, and I'm sure we're both going to end up watching it, once again, Berserk is going to be pushed back by another 3 months because of this shit.
I was gonna say the same
Every single
thing.
time.
I can't get more Berserk because of this.
To Love Ru, Darkest Second by Xebec. Xebec. I guess I said that right.
Zebek.
A second season of To Love Ru Darkness announced at Jump Fiesta 2015.
Don't mind me, gonna watch
We
it twice.
all know what this is about.
If I've learned anything from Gintama, which is really saying something, it's that To Love Ru is super interesting.
It's super interesting. Like I said, gonna watch it twice. Move on.
Also, in this picture, just real quick, Yami has the fattest thighs ever in this picture right
She
now.
always has them. It's part of her character.
Ushio Totora by Mappa. A new anime adaptation of the manga Ushio Totora. That's a real classic shonen anime. I'd recommend it.
Shonen Supernatural?
Yeah, it's a little interesting. I did enjoy it the first time I read it.
Alright.
Venus Project Climax.
Cool.
I'm not sure how I feel about this already. By Nomad. Venus Project tells the story of idols living in Japan in the near future. In this world, data devices and video technology have been progressing to the new heights, and people are abuzz about a new form of entertainment, Formula Venus. In the Formula Venus, or FV, the chosen top idols battle in live performances and the willpower skills and their experience gained. Doesn't the idea doesn't sound bad.
So it's an idol battle show, I guess.
Doesn't sound too bad. Look, I'm always
I'll certainly give it a show. I'll give it the try, but I'm not sure how to feel about that.
See,
I'm all about good music.
The only thing for me is that
Good music is there. I'll listen.
I'm seeing this, and I can't, because the thing next to it has all of my attention right now.
Yeah.
I can't stop, won't stop.
Working by A1 Pictures. The cast of the anime of Karino Takatsu's Working manga announced on Sunday that production of a third season has been green-lit. The announcement was made at the Working and Servant X Service Summer Fiesta crossover event.
Watch this shit 3 times.
Yeah, I will watch this shit 3. In fact, I might marathon seasons 1 and 2 before
right before the new
it
episode.
airs,
So am
just
I.
to get it out of my system.
Wait, that's 26 days. Oh, if that falls on a Friday, we'll just watch both seasons together,
Oh,
and then just watch the
this is
episode.
too much, Trey.
It's just so good.
Yuri Yuri Nachiyuma Chumi. Plus. I said that right.
Yeah.
That's great. Otherwise, I hate this show. It's pretty garbage.
Yeah.
To Yuri Yuri Nachi. Okay, I can't say it now. I said it once already. To Yuri Yuri Nachiu Yamichumi.
Oh, so they're basically OVAs.
Okay. I hate this show. I hate everything about it. Sorry.
There's no reason to hate Yuri. Akari.
She has the most hate.
As long as there's no Yuri bears.